2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Standout 7.
Hi there, it's Mike in for Jamie, and over the next 7 minutes or so, we'll look back on a week where football finally came home, but the UK inched closer to a recession. Liz and Rishi came face-to-face with Kay Burley, and Nancy Pelosi drew the wrath of China. This is the Standout 7 from the Smart 7, and don't forget to hit the follow button to get daily updates at 7 a.m. Well, after 56 years of hurt, it finally happened. Football came home. England's women won Euro 2022 at a packed Wembley Stadium on Sunday. That was the entire team who invaded manager Sarina Wiegman's press conference to celebrate. England and Germany were level after normal time and heading towards penalties when one of the Lionesses' super subs stepped up.
Produce the fairy tale result for England.
The game finished 2-1, and at the final whistle, the crowd went wild. Congratulations flooded in from the Queen, Boris, Rishi, Liz and more as Prince William presented the trophy to Lionesses captain Leah Williamson. Beth Mead also picked up the player of the tournament and Golden Boot as leading scorer. Goal-scoring hero Chloe Kelly spoke to the BBC briefly after the game until the lure of the crowd singing Sweet Caroline proved too much.
Look at them! It's amazing, honestly. Thank you, every single person that got out to support us. This is unreal. Sweet Caroline.
Thursday night saw Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak face their fiercest opponent yet. No, not each other, or Boris, or even Vladimir Putin. Instead, they went up against Sky News legend Kay Burley, who chaired a battle for number 10 debate. Well, it wasn't so much of a debate as the two candidates didn't go head-to-head, instead facing questions from the audience and then a grilling with Kay. She certainly took her chance to make them both face the music. First up was Liz Truss, and Kay wanted to know about her track record of U-turns.
You were a Remainer, and now you're not. You supported Brits to fight in Ukraine, and you didn't. You wanted to build on the Green Belt, and now you don't. Will the real Liz Truss please stand up?
Okay, I'm somebody who, I didn't come from a traditional Conservative background. My first political experience was going on a CND march with my mother, age 7.
Then it was Rishi's turn, and he found himself retreating back to the press conference during COVID where he announced the furlough scheme.
People feel that you can't walk a mile in their shoes because you're walking in your Prada shoes. What would you say to them?
So I was wearing the same suit in that press conference, the same shoes as that I'm wearing now, right? I'm the same person.
How much were they worth?
Yeah, I'm
very slick.
I'm exactly the same person.
Rishi clearly won over the audience on the night, but if you're not hugely impressed by either candidate, you're not alone. 50% of Brits can't make up our minds who should be the next PM. Kantar Public CEO Craig Watkins says calls for a general election have been overwhelming.
That's something we've seen growing over the last couple of months is, over 50% of the population saying that we should have a general election. And we might see that as wanting to give a fresh mandate to a new government, whomever that is.
US Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan on Tuesday in a major show of support for the island, which views itself as an independent state, despite the threat of possible retaliation from China, who claim Taiwan as their territory. In a meeting with the Taiwanese president, Tsai Ing-wen, on Tuesday, Pelosi called Taiwan an island of resilience.
The people of Taiwan have proven to the world that with hope, courage, and determination, it is possible to build a peaceful and prosperous future.
But her visit came at a time when relations between the US and China are already fraught. Later on Tuesday, the Taiwan Defense Ministry accused Chinese military exercises of encroaching on the island's territory in response to Pelosi's visit, and Chinese Communist Party spokesperson Victor Gao says there will be further consequences.
China is fully prepared to take actions starting from today whenever her plane enters into the space of Taiwan.
Both the US and Germany have pledged further military support for Ukraine this week, with the Pentagon announcing a $550 million aid package. It includes more ammunition for HIMARS rocket launchers, which have been vital in strikes on Russian targets. But former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has criticised other countries' involvement in the war and reckons everybody should give peace a chance.
What I find disappointing is that hardly any of the world's leaders use the word peace. They always use the language of more war and more bellicose war.
Meanwhile, in his nightly address, Ukrainian President Zelensky confirmed his country's ongoing support for the Black Sea Grain Initiative, as well as rallying his troops.
Today I want to thank all our warriors who destroy Russian logistics, who destroy the occupiers' ammunition, and who do not leave the occupiers a single safe place on our land.
Still to come on the Standout 7, Love Island crowns its winners, and Will Smith finally gets around to that apology.
Right after this. Welcome back.
Her arrest at a Moscow airport made headlines back in February, and on Thursday, a Russian court sentenced US basketball star Brittany Griner to 9 years in jail on drugs charges. The Phoenix Mercury player had travelled to Moscow to play in the Russian Premier League during the women's NBA off-season, but was detained upon arrival when she was found to be in possession of cannabis oil. Addressing the court ahead of the verdict, Brittany apologised to her family and appealed to the judge for leniency.
I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Many feel she's been used as a political pawn by Russia at a time of rising tensions with the US, and it's thought her conviction could lead to a prisoner swap between the two countries. In response to the verdict, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said the US will do all it can to get Brittany home.
Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittany. She never should have had to endure a trial in the first place. Under President Biden's direction, the U.S. government continues to work aggressively, pursuing every avenue to bring home Brittany.
It feels like the Will Smith-Chris Rock Oscar slap is never going away. Friday saw Will, sitting in what looked like his therapist's office, address the moment that shook the Oscars for the first time. He answered questions from fans and explained in a memorable line that his central trauma is disappointing other people. Anyway, he also found time to properly say sorry to Chris.
So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
Davide and Ekin-Su have been crowned Love Island winners 2022 after 8 weeks of grafting, making connections and a little crawling on the terrace. The couple survived the ordeal in the luxury Mallorcan villa to win the £50,000 first prize. The Monday night final, hosted by Laura Whitmore, saw Gemma Owen, daughter of Michael, and Luca Bish, who really does sell fish, crowned runners-up. But it was the Italian Stallion and the Turkish Delight who topped the public vote. At the end of the show, ITV took the opportunity to announce the return of Big Brother for 2023. Here's Davide and Ekin-Su speaking to their fans, following the result.
I can't believe it. I think everyone's winners in here.
Yeah.
I just feel really lucky
We're
to
all
be here.
four great couples. But yeah, thank you for everyone.
Thank you for everyone, literally, for going in our journey with us. It means so much.
Grazie a tutti for voting us.
We love you, ti amo!
This has been the Standout 7, the best of the week from the Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. with the Sunday 7. Have a great rest of your weekend.